I would like to say how much you tried to be with us in Brussels today, but that recent professional commitments did change these plans. I also know that you know very much and you appreciate some very distinguished guests that are here today. Would you like to say a few words?
I'd like to take an opportunity to thank Her Majesty the Queen just for her support in my participating in this discussion and to be involved with the philanthropic work that's being done by many people here today. It was really exciting because I had met her a number of years ago. We shared a lot of similar interests in regards to dealing with people from disadvantaged backgrounds, to dealing with trauma and healthcare and a number of different things in development. So it's great to be able to be here today on this soil and be here with you.
Thank you.
Forest.
Yes, Mr. Whitaker.
Because I know your last name is Forest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I thought it was always interesting for me to meet someone named Forest. I remember a little boy came running up to me telling me, hey, my name's Forest, and I was thinking, okay. Of course, it's a lot different when it's your last name.
We are here to reflect on philanthropy, to enable philanthropy, and also to inspire. What brought you to philanthropy? Why did you engage?
I think that I was involved in philanthropy before I really was acknowledging that I was. I mean, I was just trying to work with my fellow man, or trying to uplift people in the best ways I could, taking on the sort of model that what I see in somebody else is a reflection of myself, and that I need to do something to help. And so my work started to bring me there, and that work led to, I guess, the term philanthropy from my point of view. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 years specifically, my own organization. And years before that, without any understanding of what that meant.
But you have many involvements in philanthropy. How do you choose? You are a UNESCO Special Envoy for Peace and Rehabilitation. You just mentioned also your role in the UN Advocacy Group for SDGs. How do you choose? Because you must have many solicitations and a very busy agenda. How do you choose your philanthropic engagements?
I have a focus towards, peace and development.
Yeah.
I think when you look at the UN is like peace, equality, and a healthy planet. That's like pretty much what we're working for. And then the same is like building the peace in the hearts and minds of men and women from the model of UNESCO. So both of those things really fit into my agenda in a way where we're all working together for the same purpose of being able to free the planet of conflict in the best ways we can and allow every individual to have the ability to have peace, health, happiness, and prosperity in their lives.
From your heart, why did you choose to work on peace and sustainable development?
I mean, I think that growing up as a young kid in America, as an Afro-American, and looking at some of the conflicts and different things in the neighborhood, sparked an interest in me being able to work in that area. And I think the first things was to start working with gang members when I was younger, and then domestic violence. And then when I came over to Uganda, I got a chance to meet some of the child soldiers there. I could see the same look in their eyes that I could see in the eyes of the kids that I grew up with. There was an emptiness and a hollowness, pain, and a yearning for a better life, ability to find peace inside of themselves. So I decided to make that sort of a life purpose. And fortunately, I had great people working with me, like Carolyn, and amazing staff, to be able to actualize it and make it grow. It's grown over the last 10 years. We've probably started about 500 businesses, and we've dealt with 1.5 million people in different ways, and it's been exciting for me to help in benefiting growth.
Youth empowerment and also the promotion of gender equality is also very important to you.
Yeah, it's one of the goals of our organization. Fortunately, we have programs in 8 countries. About 50% of them are women, which is unusual. But they've been doing some amazing work. And because we train them to be mediators in their own community, leaders in their own communities, and they bring their communities to some form of prosperity by building businesses. And we found that the women that have been joining our organization and training with us all over the world, particularly in South Africa, we graduated about 750 young and older women to work with entrepreneurship because it's one of our goals. And so it's an agenda that we continue to work forward towards, and we're glad to be involved with everybody who's in the same agenda.
You have a very successful career in cinema. How does that influence your philanthropic work? Or vice versa, how does your philanthropic work influences your successful career?
I think there's a creative aspect to being able to develop the work that's necessary to give people the tools to be able to succeed. And I think initially I just had an idea of having 4 pillars of conflict resolution, life skills, ICT, and social entrepreneurship. And so all this was the beginning of what we wanted to do. In that way, it was a creative endeavor based on things that I had learned and things that I had read. And I think continuing to have that, to be able to be on the ground and understand how to mediate, as our youths are mediating in different areas, sometimes mediating conflicts between tens of thousands of people. And these youths have to use their creativity to know and feel and their empathy to be able to know exactly what to do to make those things work and make changes happen. So I think that's a part of it. And as far as like myself as an artist, I can't help but be influenced by the energies and the things that I've heard and known. They become a part of me. That's a great gift, actually, that I'm receiving. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's beautiful, but I learn from it.
Amongst the many things you achieved with your own organization and with all your engagements, what are you the most proud of, philanthropically speaking, of course?
I guess I'm most proud of the beneficiaries.
Yeah.
You know, the people who, what they've done, started to get into running into politics, and they started to become members of parliament and winning elections. We have youths that are building businesses from like sushi tracks in South Africa to like farms in South Sudan. These kids impressed me. I remember Simon, who was one of our first trainees, he grabbed my hand and walked me up to his electric store. And then he showed me next to that was a school that he was training the other people to do the same thing that he had been doing. And we find that happening with our beauty shops that have been made. And it's exciting to see them be able to mediate conflicts, go into communities and change the temperament and help them move towards peace. They've been doing a lot of things, and you can't help but be excited about that.
I see a philanthropic smile on your face. How can philanthropy make the difference, according to you?
Every person can be able to do something to help, small or big. I think Desmond Tutu kind of said it when he said, do all your little bits of good wherever you are, and all your little bits of good will overwhelm the world. And I think that people need to know that and take on this movement, the movement to be able to find peace on the planet, prosperity for all. And I think it's something that's exciting for me to know that I'm continuing to walk in, and I will continue to go forward till that's changed.
Mr. Whitaker, on behalf of the King Baudouin Foundation, thank you so much for this inspiring conversation, and thank you again for your availability. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Absolutely.